Welcome to PC Woods Kids Tech Talk. Today we're looking at the MX-1 Sata hard drive enclosure from Antec. This actively cooled hard drive enclosure comes with a nice little fan on the inside, which we're going to take a look in a second. It actually supports USB output and eSATA, so it's terrific depending on what your needs are. Also, here are the dimensions if you're interested. It's actually a quite small and lightweight little guy here to install up to a 2 terabyte SATA hard drive in there, so terrific. Nice little fan, not too noisy, and also the materials very lightweight construction, so very sturdy and lightweight. That's what we're looking for here when it comes to hard drives. Here are the cables for your USB, power, eSATA, and a bracket for your SATA as well. Here's what the enclosure looks like, and we're going to open it up and install a 500 gig Western Digital hard drive. So the first thing to do is to take out the screw that's on its belly. So I put it upside down here where you can see the 4 feet, and take out this long screw. So once you take that out, then we can flip it back, and there's the vents you can see on the top where it's getting in the cool air. Just slide off that lid, and then you can see the inside. Okay, so we're going to put a hard drive in there, but in order to take this out, we have to unplug these 2 connectors here and also take out some screws. So one screw is at the top here and the other one is at the bottom. So once we unscrew both of those guys, then that little cage that's going to hold the hard drive comes out. So we'll just snap this back and then out. Okay, now as I mentioned, it comes with an actively cooled enclosure. So the cool air is coming in from the top, going around the hard drive, cooling it off, and then through the bottom it's spitting out that fan. It's spitting out the hot air. Okay, so that's the cooling technique that it's using. Alright, so to install a hard drive, basically you would just get your favorite hard drive and align it properly with the connectors here. So there's the SATA and power connectors. So we just take the 500 gig Western Digital drive that I have here and align it properly, as you can see, and then just push it in there firmly. Make sure that it has a good solid contact all the way in, and then once it's in there, then we need to fasten that together. So how do we do that? Then underneath it, actually, there's 4 holes that we need to put in these screws that it came with. So it comes with 4 screws to fasten on those white rubberized holes there that you can see there. So its anti-vibration qualities are very good on this drive, as you can see. And once we have those 4 screws in there, just slide it back into the case. There's the enclosure. Align the holes. Put the LED cables back in at the top, so the fan and LED. And then put the lid back on. Okay, don't forget, of course, to put the long screw that came on the other side. Need to put that one in there. Okay, now this drive, you can have it standing up, right, on a stand, or you can have it flat. So if you have it on the stand, there it is. That's what it looks like. You can see the power, the USB, the eSATA, and the switch, the on-off switch. When you have it on, it's got a nice blue LED that flickers when there's activity. Okay, so that's very nice. It's very subtle, out of the way. And we're going to test this on my Windows 7 Ultimate system that I have here. As you can see, top-notch components. And as I mentioned, that Western Digital 500 gig SATA 2 hard drive. So when you plug it in, whether it's a USB or SATA, it should detect the drive as it just did here. We're going to test it with the USB connection first, then with the eSATA. And in this case, it's drive F. Okay, in my case, it detected it, and it's drive F. Okay, so in drive F here, we're going to use the HD tachometer, or HD TAC for short, to do some tests on drive F. So there's drive F. We select that. And then we're going to run some tests on it to see how it does using USB first, and then with the eSATA second. All right, now with the USB, we expect slower results, of course. So 29 megabytes per second is what we're getting on the burst. On average, we're getting 27 megs per second transfer speed. Okay, so that's more or less expected for USB. Okay, until USB 3.0 comes out. But these are the USB 2.0 results. But where this really shines is with the eSATA, of course. 192 megs per second. That's almost 200 megs per second. Awesome on eSATA. I couldn't expect anything else but the best results from this drive too. So pretty good. 72 megs per second average. Not bad using this Western Digital. And terrific results. I can't ask for anything better. Here they are. Okay, for your reference, only 2% CPU utilization as opposed to the USB, which is 6%. And a real life test would be to just copy 200 megs. So I'm copying from my C drive over to the F drive, and literally it takes a second to copy 200 megs. So there you go. Proof is in the pudding. It actually does take 200 megs per second to transfer. So terrific kit. Here's what it comes with. As I mentioned, you got the manual, you got the stand, the screws. eSATA is really where it's shining, of course, and that's what you truly want this drive for eSATA transfers up to 2 terabytes in size hard drives. So that's terrific. It'll keep you well protected and also keep the drives going for quite some time. So I'd like to thank Antec for providing it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.